This is our word of the day, but what is it? Let's find out. To read this word, we must first figure out what the vowels say. To do that, we do the tap 2 rule. The tap 2 rule is when you come to a vowel, you look at the next 2 letters. If either one of them is another vowel, then the vowel that you are on will probably pronounce its name or make its long sound. So yes, this E does have a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. So yes, it will say its name and say E. This U also has a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots, so it will also pronounce its long sound, oo. This I looks like it should follow the tap 2 rule. However, it's important to know that I in the middle syllable will always make its short sound. And you can know if I is in the middle syllable if there is a vowel before it that doesn't touch it and a vowel after it that doesn't touch it. So if I is in the middle syllable, not the middle of the word, in a middle syllable. So the word has to be 3, 4, 5 syllables long. If that I is in one of those middle syllables, then it will make its short sound and say I. So this I is going to say I. This A does follow the typical tap 2 rule. There's a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots, so it will say its name, A. E's at the end are usually silent, especially multisyllable words. So now what we're going to do to read this word is do what I call pencil reading. Pencil reading is when you place a dot underneath each grapheme or sound, one at a time as you say the sound. So you're making it a multisensory experience. You're hearing it, you're seeing it, you're feeling it all at the same time. And then you're going to connect those dots or those sounds together all in one breath to blend the word. But first we have to make sure that we know what each of those consonant sounds are going to say. The sound for L is made with your tongue going between your teeth or right up against your top teeth like this. L or L. Now that C in the word, C can make 2 different sounds. Its hard sound, K, or its soft sound, S. But you don't have to guess or wonder. C will always make its hard sound unless the very next letter is an E, I, or Y. So since this C has an I after it, it's going to make its soft sound and say S. D is made by making a very quick movement with your tongue, not dropping your jaw. The sound for D is D, D. And the sound for T is voiceless, only air, T. So now we are ready to pencil read. We're going to place a dot underneath each sound while we say it. E, L, oo, S, I, D, A, T. Notice we didn't put a dot underneath the E because we're dotting sounds, not letters. Then we're going to connect the sounds all in one breath to blend those sounds together. It looks like this. Elucidate. Elucidate. So now that we have read that word, let's figure out how to spell it. To spell a word, we're going to start by placing a line representing each sound in the word, not letter, sounds. We spell sounds. It looks like this. E, L, oo, S, I, D, A, T. Now, you might be tempted to just rely on your memory for the word that you just saw when we read it. But let's not rely on memory. Let's figure out how to spell, not how to memorize or how to guess. We're going to figure this out logically. First, we're going to dot all of the vowel sounds. E, L, oo, S, I, D, A, T. And we're going to spell those last. We spell the vowel sounds last because vowels have a lot of different spellings. And you have to know where those vowels are in the word, and especially the letters that surround it, in order to know how to spell those vowel sounds. So we're going to spell those last. First, we're going to attack the consonants. E, L, oo, S. And I know that this is an I, so I'm going to spell this S sound with a C. C says S if the next letter is an E, I, or Y. D, A, T. Okay, now we are ready to go for those vowels. For the E sound, I'm going to start with a single E. You always start with a single letter first, and if it works, stop, you're done. E is the most common spelling of the long E sound, and as long as there is another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots, that E can say E there. So yes, there is another vowel 1 or 2 doors away. So yes, that E can say E, and we're good, we're golden. E is perfect in that spot to spell the E sound. Ooh. Ooh could be spelled with a U or with an OO. However, we always start with the single vowel first, right? So let's try it. Can you make its long U sound here? Yes, it can, because there is a vowel 1 or 2 doors away. So stop, we're good. We're golden with just a simple U spelling that OO sound. Now, just as a fun fact, U actually has 2 long sounds. It can say its whole name, U, or just that last part, OO, and it will come out naturally based on the shape of your mouth when it made the sound before it. So now we're on that I. I is the only letter that can spell that sound, I. And we know that I can say I here because it's in the middle syllable. There's a vowel before it that doesn't touch it and a vowel after it that doesn't touch it. So I right here is perfect. We're good. We're golden for spelling the I sound with an I in this spot. Now A, there's a few different ways to spell A, isn't there? There's a single A, there's an AI, there's an AY, there's an EA. There's a few different ways to spell the A sound, but what do we do first? We start with the single vowel. So I'm going to start there, but A can't say A here because there's not another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. So we have to put another vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. We have these choices. However, these do not fit in this situation because this is at the end of a longer word and there's a consonant at the end. AI comes in the beginning and middle of short words usually. AY is for the very last sound. This is usually for the beginning and middle of short words also. For the A sound, I'm going to put a simple A consonant final silent E. This pattern is usually reserved for the end of longer words when that last sound is a consonant, just like here. So if there's not an extra vowel, we put an extra vowel. And in this situation, it's going to be that silent E. Now that A can say A, because now it has a vowel in the next 1 or 2 spots. So my friends, you have just correctly spelled the word elucidate. Congratulations! Isn't it fun when you know how to read and spell, when you know how to attack words? You don't have to rely on memorization. You can figure it out. You just need the tools. Now let's define this word. Okay, here we can see that the definition for elucidate is to make something clear or explain. So essentially, I suppose I am elucidating how to read and spell the word elucidate. Here are some example sentences so that you can see how it would be used in everyday conversation. Number 1, the teacher used simple examples to elucidate a complex concept for her students. Number 2, could you please elucidate your point a bit more? And number 3, the scientist gave a detailed presentation to elucidate the findings of her research. So now that we know what elucidate means and how to use it in a sentence, let's discuss it. Here are 3 discussion questions that I would love to know your thoughts on. Number 1, when was a time that someone helped elucidate something that was confusing for you? Or 2, why is it important for teachers to be able to elucidate their ideas effectively? Or number 3, how can asking questions help someone elucidate their own thoughts? Would you pick which one of these questions you have the strongest opinion about and let me know your thoughts in the comments? Then we are ready to teach and share. You now know how to read and spell the word elucidate. You know why those vowels say what they do. You know how to spell them. You know what the definition is, to make something more clear. You know how to use it in a sentence. You know how to discuss it. Now it's time to teach and share. I invite you to teach the word elucidate to somebody that you know or love. Then if you want to help me increase literacy worldwide, would you share this video so that the world can become more literate, one word at a time?